Welcome to another episode of the GreeneScene Podcast. I'm your host today, Dolly Throckmorton, and my co-host is Bret Moore, editor of the GreeneScene magazine.
Good morning.
And today we have two very special guests with us today. We have two wonderful women who have been past presidents of the Social Service League. So today we're going to talk about service. We're going to talk about what the Social Service League does and all the wonderful fundraising and all the organizations they've given to over a very long period of time. First off, I have Donna Dorazio. Many of you may know her as a retired fourth grade teacher, one of our outstanding teachers in the community for sure. So
thank you, Dolly.
You are welcome. And joining her is Mahle, also a past president of the Social Service League. And you may recognize her last name. She is the wife of T.R. Mahle, our outdoor editor for GreeneScene magazine. And she's joining us today as well. So let's get into it and let's talk a little bit about the history of the Social Service League.
Okay, the Social Service League started in 1921 by Miss Josephine Denny. She was the original founder, and we've been running now for 104 years, and it's really amazing considering that this is an all-volunteer organization that we've been able to sustain all these years. Our goal is to promote the physical, mental, and social welfare of the children of the Central Greene School District, and that includes many things. Some of the things we do, and this is consistent every year, we provide articles of clothing for children in need in Central Greene. We get those names from the nurses and the guidance counselors that the teachers refer these children, and we buy them coats, shoes, gloves, clothing, underclothing, all kinds of things that they may need. This past year, we provided clothing for 28 children in the district. We also supply the nurses in both of the schools with any kind of clothing or hygiene products that they may need for the students. We keep them well stocked. We also do 2 food baskets a month for families. So last year we did 8 food baskets, and we spent approximately $200 or so on those each, because depending on the size of the family. And then finally, our biggest project every year is we do Christmas families. Last year, we did 10 Christmas families, and we provided Christmas for 26 children. That includes buying them, getting their names, and getting what they would like for Christmas toy-wise, and also clothing. We members go and buy these gifts, wrap them, and then take them to the families. They deliver them. And Candy has done that for years. She's been on that committee. And also we provide them with Christmas dinner as well.
Wow. I mean, that is so many things to do for the community. And I think a lot of our listeners probably didn't realize how many projects the Social Service League is involved in. So first off, thank you for all that you do, because that is really a lot. And you mentioned there, Donna, in addition, that this is 100 years about that the Social Service League has been around. So do you have anything special planned or anything that we should know about regarding the centennial?
We actually celebrated a few years ago. We had the opportunity to host a party inviting our past members and our present members, and we held this at the Denny House. So it was a very special time, as Mrs. Denny was one of the founding members of Social Service League. We were able to celebrate League and the holiday season with all of our friends in the Denny House. So that made it quite special.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Oh,
very
yes.
nice.
Sounds wonderful. And so deserved. You know, those volunteers certainly deserve to be recognized. So you talked a little bit, Donna, about some of the projects that you're involved in, and are there other things that you'd maybe like to add, like things that you maybe contribute to, things that you donate to?
Yes.
I know you're involved in scholarships as well.
Yes. Besides what we do for the children of the district, we also, every year, we donate to the Bowlby Library. A lot of times we help with their summer program as well. We also donate to the Lions Club. We used to donate to the Lions Club for the Halloween parade, but now they do the Fall Festival. It's their big event, so we donate money to help them do that. We also started doing school assemblies these past few years because we had some extra money left over, and we wanted to see how we could reach most of the children. So we've done 3 at the elementary level and 2 at the high school level. One was a magic show. One was a no bullying assembly at the elementary, character development. The same thing at the high school. We did one on character development there as well. Those assemblies, people don't realize they're expensive.
Oh, I can imagine. I
They
can
are.
imagine.
And
Yes.
school districts really don't have the money for that anymore. So we kind of stepped in to help with that, because that's a lot on PTA too, which they
Oh,
still have,
absolutely.
but it's taxing for them.
Sure.
We also every year do our Easter egg hunt in the parks. This past year, all members, and we have about 45 members, we fill and wrap 4 dozen eggs each. So it ends up being, I did the math, 2,160 eggs that we put out
Wow.
for our Easter egg hunt.
It's a lot of eggs.
I mean, that's amazing though. That's that's so much fun for the kids, and there's so many kids that don't get that opportunity. So to have that available in the park is wonderful.
And we give prizes. We have special eggs. If they find a special egg, they get a prize. And we also have someone dressed as a bunny who comes through and gives out Tootsie Roll Pops every year that First Federal gives us. Unlimited Tootsie Roll Pops. And we also, last year, we had live bunnies as well.
Oh,
so someone brought their
fun.
bunnies so the kids could see those too. And then we also do every year, we do 3 $1,000 scholarships to children in Central Greene, or also at the I say VOTEC. I know it's not called that
the
anymore.
Career and Technology
Technical-
Center.
Right.
Yes.
They're there too.
Nice. Very nice. That's also a big help, I'm sure, to all of those graduates as well. Well, it's very obvious all the things you donate to and all the projects you're involved in, and they're just so worthwhile. But of course, all of this requires money, right?
Yes, it
so
does.
you can't rely completely on donations, I know. And so all of our organizations, I feel like within the county, we all have to do fundraisers to raise this money. So
Yes.
what are some of the fundraisers that Social Service League does to provide these services?
Well, I'll start, Candy, then you can jump in.
Sure.
We do a craft show, and we have been doing that since 1995. This is our 30th year that we've done the craft show.
Wow.
This year it's November 1st, starts at 9, and it's done at 3, and it's at the EQT Rec Center. It's $3 admission to get in, and we have 70 crafters this year, and it's homemade crafts. Some of the crafts we have are jewelry, rustic decorations, baskets. Candy, can you think of anything else?
Oh, sure. There's some great seasonal decorations if you enjoy decorating for Christmas, Halloween, really, really nice things. Some very good baked goods.
Very good
We
baked
love
goods.
our baked goods.
Nice.
Homemade soaps and oils, some nice decorative wreaths for your door. Lots of dog apparel. So if you want a nice little dog,
Yeah, scarves and stuff.
scarves and collars, homemade jams and jellies and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a multitude of things.
And I think that is probably when you hear Social Service League, I think holiday craft shows synonymous, right? That's what everybody knows that as
Yes.
your big fundraiser for the
Yes.
year. And it's really a wonderful fundraiser and a way to
Yes.
get out there.
We also we're having food trucks this year as well. We're having 3 food trucks. We're having What's Smokin' Barbecue, the CTC food truck, the VOTEC that I was talking about. They're doing soups and sandwiches. And then Morning Rush, the coffee place from out in Rogersville. Last year at that craft show, I cannot tell you how many people we saw walking around with those coffee drinks with the whipped cream and straws. I mean, it was very popular.
Those
were
are
a hit.
3 hugely popular trucks.
Yes.
Yes.
And we should mention they're all local. They're all
Yes.
from Greene County, which is really
Yes.
great. So
Yes.
we're very proud of our local food trucks.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, we
right.
really
And
are.
What's Smokin' was featured in this month's edition of the GreeneScene.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that's neat.
yes, and you'll be hearing about What's Smokin' Barbecue and his story on a future podcast as well. So
Good. One other thing I want to mention too, we have at the craft show, we have a quilt raffle, and for the past, it's 2 or 3. Candy, you remember how many?
Pretty close, 3 or
maybe,
more.
Probably 3. Maureen Rohanna and Lynn Garanci have made a quilt, handmade this beautiful quilt, and we raffled tickets off to that at the craft show. And then they donated that quilt to us, and then we gave it away. And we raised about $700-800 on that alone,
Oh, I
which
believe
is
it. That's
amazing.
wonderful.
And this year we have a wall hanging, a quilted Christmas tree wall hanging that Trudy Montgomery donated, and we're going to be raffling that one off there. So if you're interested in that, come to the craft show.
For sure, and they seem to be a big hit. The crafters and all the patrons, they love seeing the quilt. They love seeing and having the ability to win that. So it's very.
well, I
nice.
mean, it's kind of a dying art, really,
Yes,
quilting, and I think people are it's so impressive. It's something I will never be able to do in my lifetime. I don't think I'm ever going to have that patience or that.
I know.
that skill. But
And it's amazing
I'm
'cause-
amazed by people that do.
And people that come in, ladies who quilt, look at it and go, oh, this is really nicely done. Like they're impressed with it. So these ladies are very good at it.
Yes.
And like I said, we sell a lot of tickets to raffle that off. And when we raffle that off, we do it live on Facebook.
Oh,
so
nice.
people can see us pull the ticket and then tell you who won that. Our other fundraiser, we have a gift card raffle. And we just started doing this probably 5 years ago, I think,
Yes.
Candy. And every member donates a $25 gift card. And then what we do is we put them in a big board. And so it ends up being $1,000. And the ticket is $5. And it's based on the daily number that's going to go off on December 10th. And you can win $1,000 in gift cards for a $5 ticket, which we think is pretty good.
I'd
is
say
very
that's a
nice.
great deal. It definitely is. It's definitely a great deal. So just to reiterate, the Holiday Craft Show is coming up on November 1st, and that's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the EQT Rec Center.
Yes.
And that's where you will be able to buy your raffle tickets
Yes.
for your quilt. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely do that. Any type of craft that I can suppose imagine, right? There's so many there. You can find that on that day too. And this is a great way to support our Social Service League.
We also have a child care room. I almost forgot.
Oh, that's a great call out.
Oh, well, that's a huge benefit right there.
Yeah, so you can bring your kids and put them in there and go shop and then pick them up.
You can bring your husbands and send them to the food truck.
Exactly.
You can send your husband to the food truck. Yes.
They can
or
have your coffee.
grandmothers and
Yes.
grandfathers. If you're watching your grandchildren that day, you can put them in the child care room and granddad can go out and have a nice brisket sandwich from
Yes.
What's Smoking Barbecue.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody. Sounds great. Well, that's just wonderful. And I'm so happy to report and hear you say that how successful that fundraiser has been to you.
it
And
has
I know the community has looked forward to it for 30 years. Everybody
appreciate
knows
that.
about it. And I think it's just a great way to support the Social Service League. This episode of the GreeneScene Podcast is brought to you by Gypsy Rambler in downtown Waynesburg, located at 44 West High Street. Gypsy Rambler brings you comfy accessories, crystal jewelry, candles, crystals, funky finds, and more. Show your Greene County pride with our branded mugs, koozies, hats, and t-shirts. Recently, Gypsy Rambler added permanent jewelry, no soldering required. So stop in and present the word Gypsy at checkout with your purchase for 10% off and a free book and bookmark. That's Gypsy at checkout to grab your discount and freebies. Gypsy Rambler at 44 West High Street, where mindfulness, comfort, and bringing the outdoors in all collide. So we talked a little bit and we were looking up some fun facts about sort of some bygone events that the Social Service League used to do back in the day. And of course, these are things that probably started in Miss Denny's time and, made their way maybe through the 50s, 60s. And then, things change and those things aren't as popular. But do you have any of those sort of little, snippets for us?
Yes, I went through yesterday. I was looking at old newspaper articles that we've collected over the years and found out some of this information, which I didn't know, and I know Candy didn't know either.
I did not.
The first thing they did were card parties, I guess, were popular. And they had an annual Thanksgiving card party. They played bridge, canasta, and 500. And I guess there was an admission to get in. And afterwards, they thanked people for coming, and they said that 120 people attended their card party. So that was one of their first fundraisers, which they did annually, right? Wow. And I saw there was an ad in the paper I was showing you guys for that, and the ad cost, one was $3.40, and the other was $2.10. So that tells you how long ago that was.
Yes, yes.
And then the next popular thing they did were dances. They had a Christmas or New Year's Eve dance, and that was their big fundraiser for many years. And I know some of the women in League now did that. They were in League back then, and they said that they didn't raise nearly the amount of money that we raise with our fundraisers now, that they were lucky if they got to do one Christmas family. They were happy with that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
I think, too, there's a lot of overhead in something like
Yes,
that.
exactly.
Either people are paying for a ticket price, you've got to pay the venue, pay the entertainment, pay for the food. Those things can get very expensive, of course, especially in this day and age.
Right. Some of the names of the dances were Dreaming of a White Christmas, Frosty Frolic, Candlelight Ball, December Rhapsody, Mistletoe Madness, and the Snowflake Ball.
Well, I think we probably need to have a little chat with the Denny House, and maybe we can revive one of these themed dances at some point, because
Sounds
I
good.
think we could fill it up. I think we could fill the place up.
I'm sure we could.
Yes, I'm sure we could.
And they held them at homes at first, and then
Oh.
the Elks, the Moose, the Armory, and the Fort Jackson Hotel in 1959. And a ticket for a couple was $7.50.
Well, we'll have to up
So
that
that tells
ticket
you.
price a little bit, I'm afraid. But isn't that interesting that it kind of moved around and that people just did it in their home?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, yes. And some of the groups that they had, I only recognized two of these. Dusty Rhodes, Jerry Lou Trio, Nightlife, Silver Sky, Stan Vidden Orchestra, Colony. You guys have to
I remember Colony.
Brett, you
I
have to
remember
Colony.
Colony played my senior prom.
Is that right?
Yes.
So I wonder when they went by the wayside. I remember the name, but I don't know where I would have heard them.
They used to play around town. It was Capolini.
Did they?
They played everybody's.
Oh, right. It was the
yes.
Capolini brothers.
Joe and Gene
yes,
Capolini.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
That's
Played
right.
the jury box and proms.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say they
Probably
played at the
right.
jury box, and that's why, because I had both of them as music teachers. So there you
Okay,
go.
Yes.
Oh,
and then
that's right.
also the DJ one time they had Bill Winters and Terry Tanner.
Oh,
And
I
Bill and
remember
Terry
that.
used to do
Oh,
the
yeah.
oldies.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
Yep, yep. And the other thing I found interesting when I went through those articles is when they listed the women's name, like it was a picture of women planning the dance. When they listed the women's names, they didn't put their first name. Like it wasn't Dolly Throckmorton.
It was Mrs. John
Throckmorton.
Of course.
Yes.
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 My, how times have changed.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have
they?
changed. We wouldn't put up with that now.
I saw one
We
of the
would
old
want our name there.
pictures, and my mother was in the picture,
Oh, yeah, that's what you said, right?
and she was Mrs. James Moore.
Yep.
Yeah. It's incredible.
I'm
Yep.
sure that's how they did it. I mean, I know my mother was a member of Social Service League too, and I can remember her. And my mother was also a very avid bridge player.
Oh,
so
so
my
she was
guess
into
is
that
she
probably.
probably went to a lot of those card parties.
I'm sure.
as well.
I'm sure. Then they also did road rallies. They had a road rally that cost $5. Was one of their fundraisers, which I don't remember that at all.
What is a road rally?
Well, they showed pictures of them. It said it's just the road rally, and it started at the fairground. So I don't know if they gave them a list of things they had to go find or go do, and the first one back, I think's the winner. Is
Yes.
that what it is, Brett?
Yes.
Okay.
Almost sounds like a poker run kind of deal, but without the poker.
Or
Yeah.
scavenger hunt.
Scavenger
Like a,
hunt.
more like
yeah,
a
that's what it is.
scavenger
More
hunt,
like a
and
scavenger
you know,
hunt.
it
Yes.
sent you all around to pick up these
Yeah.
things as a county,
Right,
which
right.
is kind of fun.
They had a garage sale at one time, a few times. Of course, I mentioned the craft show. And then we had a fashion show one year that we did at the Armory.
I remember those. In fact, I remember modeling in those fashion shows when I was in high school. And they would have them in middle school and high school, and the fashion shop would
Yes,
be
the
involved.
fashion shop did it when
Carol
we did it
Lee,
recently,
Looking
too.
Good, all these boutiques that were around. And I remember it was out at, which is Buddy's now, but was the old Albert's restaurant. And I remember going out there, and they would have the fashion show. And it was sponsored by the Social Service League.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we did a bus trip too, Amish country.
Correct.
Yes. And then another thing we did for many years is we had a golf tournament.
Yes.
And we made golf tournaments, make money. So we had a golf tournament, was out at Rohanna's, and that was a good fundraiser for us for many years too.
But they are a lot of work as well.
Yes, they
And they
are.
are. And a lot of organizations still do golf tournaments locally as
Yes.
fundraisers, but they are quite time consuming
Right.
to place, to put on. So many fun events that you've done throughout the 100 years, correct? And we've talked a lot about this organization. Of course, it's all about volunteers. And so maybe, Candy, you could give us a little information about how does a person get involved? Is there a process to become a member and all those types of things?
Sure. Normally, to become a member of the Social Service League, you would be nominated by a current member who is in good standing. You would have two current members agree that you would be an asset to the organization, and then you are voted upon by all the members, and the majority vote wins to make someone a member of Social Service League.
Nice. Okay. Very nice. So nominated and then voted in. And then what about if someone, I'm assuming that people could donate just financially. They don't necessarily have to be a member. Is there a process to do that? Is that a possibility for someone?
Yeah, it is. You could reach out to a member who is an active member or a sustaining member. We have some sustaining members who, along with their dues, they send financial contributions to the organization. You could reach out via Facebook and social media to any one of the members, and we could help you with that process.
Okay. So I know both Donna and Candy, you are both past presidents of the Social Service League, and you now have some new members or some new officers, I guess. So who are your current officers?
Our current officers are Melissa Kirsch. She serves as our new president. Jean-Marie Krause is our vice president. Kathy McClure is our secretary. And Tara Adamson is our current treasurer.
Wonderful. So I'm sure our listeners will know a lot of those people, and now you know who some of those officers are. And if you're friends or friendly with them, you could reach out and see how you can get involved and how you can help out. So as we look at your 100 years and we talk about all the wonderful community projects you've done and contributed to, are there any members you might like to mention that are maybe really long-standing members or members that are, really just deserve a little shout out?
Sure. We have Ms. Fran Hardy and Suzanne Cole, who are long-standing members of Social Service League. Some others would be Debbie Klosser, Dezetta Palmer, Linda Corfont, Debbie Koss, Betty Anderson.
Yeah, those
Donna.
are just off the top. Well,
Yes.
they're longer. They're even longer than me. I mean, I came in 1999, and they were even before that. So, but Fran and Suzanne were, I think, almost 50 years. They have gone sustaining since then. But those other ladies that you mentioned, just off the top of our heads, have been in a long time too.
That's wonderful. Yes. So a lot of people, and I think it's interesting that a lot of those names, some of those names you said are teachers or their spouses were retired teachers.
Yes.
As if our teachers don't have to do enough within the school district. Now they're volunteering for this too. But I think they obviously know the benefits of the Social Service League and how it helps the community. As far as 2026 goes, do you have anything new coming up? Do you have any goals for 2026 or that you would like our listeners to hear about?
We pretty much just want to continue to help the children of the Central Greene School District. And if we have the money, we would really like to be able to do what we can for them and any requests that we have from the district. That's pretty much.
Very nice. Very nice. So no new fundraisers that you have on the horizon
Not
yet?
right now, no.
Nothing new.
Because right now we're pretty good financially. We do
That's
okay.
great.
I mean, we can always use more money, but right now there's not a real desperate need. So
Great.
we
Well,
should be
that's
good.
wonderful to hear. So
So over the years, you've had to have had some really emotional experiences with this. I'm sure it's very rewarding. Do you have anything that jumps to mind, a story that kind of encapsulates what you do?
It's kind of interesting. We have a member now who joined Social Service League, and she's been a member for quite a while because when she was a child, she was one of the Christmas families that Social Service League did. And she remembers having her gifts and everything given to her at Christmas time because of Social Service League. So she kind of grew up and wanted to pay it forward. So now she's a member of Social Service League.
That's
which is
great.
really kind of
yes,
nice.
that's amazing.
That is amazing. And Christmas families, that's probably one of my favorite fundraisers in the year and one of my favorite activities to participate in. We have had the good fortune of being able to participate, shop, wrap, deliver, and we really get to experience the joy of some of these children and their families. They're so grateful. We've had some very emotional moments with some of these moms and dads and the kids also, just to see the excitement on their faces, realizing what they are seeing, what they're getting. It makes what we do very meaningful and worth everything.
Yeah, it's just wonderful there are people out there doing that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so any final thoughts or comments you'd like to make about the Social Service League to our listeners?
Yeah, I really think that Candy and I, and on behalf of Candy and I, the ladies of Social Service League, and the children of the Central Greene School District, we really want to thank all the businesses that have supported us over the years. And I can't possibly name them all, and if I don't name you, I apologize, but we do appreciate everyone. First Federal has been great over the years. They paid for the armory when we did the fashion show. They always donated to our golf tournament, given us a lot of money. Community Bank helps us out with the flyers for the craft show. When we do our fashion show, the fashion shop could not have been nicer. Kelsey Insurance every year pays for our tickets for the gift card raffle. I mean, there are numerous businesses that have donated gifts and money for our auctions and our raffles. We appreciate that. And then we also appreciate the community. All the people that come to our craft show, our crafters, the golfers who golfed in our tournaments, the people who buy our raffle tickets, and just everyone who has supported us over the years to make us successful.
Well, I think that's a testament to our community for sure.
Absolutely.
For all of these people volunteering, whether it's through goods, services, their time, money, whatever it has to be. And it's certainly a testament to the Social Service League and all these wonderful women that have put all their time and effort into our community, because it certainly means so much.
Thank you.
And we thank you, Candy and Donna, for both being here with us today on the GreeneScene Podcast.
Thank you guys.
Yes, and
us.
thank you, Bret, for being here. And thank you for listening. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our listeners as well. And we'll catch you on another episode of the GreeneScene Podcast.